Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the ribbon cutting for the First Street bypass. This project, if you don't know, I'm going to give you a little history on it because I want to thank a few groups before we get going here, and that's the current legislative body of Marysville and the current executive department of Marysville and the prior departments of Marysville. This project actually started a concept in the 1960s. And I know government does not get things done very fast, but that's a long time. They knew in the 60s this road or boulevard needed to be constructed. And Donna Wright, a former council member, handed me an engineering design report in the 70s from Hammond, Collier, Wade, and Livingston. That name might ring familiar to a lot of you. They did a lot of work in the city back in the day. But what I noticed being the public works director here for 20 years is our current leadership is not scared to take on the hard projects. A lot of them we can't do it. And I'm not disrespecting any other government agency. It's just, if it's hard, sometimes they don't want to do it. 51st, 84th to 88th, Ingraham, there's painful decisions to be made, as you can tell with the homes being removed on the south side of this boulevard. And a lot of times government won't move forward with projects like this because of that. But I'm proud to work for the leaders here in Marysville because they are willing to take those steps. And as a director, I get to build these great projects with great teams. And I want to recognize one other group two other groups as it relates to this project. And that's the contractor we worked with, Scarcella. Usually I'm involved in the project in my office arguing. And that didn't happen on this project. You guys are extremely professional, and I only heard great things about you and your professionalism. So truly, it was a partnership. We say that a lot, and it's kind of cliche, but it really truly was on this project, and I respect that. So thank you very much. And I don't want to go on much longer because the Honorable Mayor John Nearing's going to take over here and really get into the details of the project and the thinking of the groups involved. So thank you again for being here, and John, take it away.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you, Kevin. I apologize, we don't have this mic on because we are taping it and everything, so I'm going to sound like I'm shouting, but I just want everybody to hear. Thanks, Kevin, for all you've done, all your department. Long time coming, as Kevin said. We're here today to celebrate the grand opening of one of the largest construction projects in our city's history, and one that's been a long time coming and goes several years and several administrations back. Over the past year and a half or so, and I want to make sure that I get all the thank yous in, Scarcella Brothers widened First Street from 2 lanes to 5 between State Avenue and Alder, where we're now standing. Behind me to the east is the brand new roadway constructed between Alder and 47th Avenue Northeast that you'll be able to drive on here a few hours from now. As you might imagine, a project like this, is this large, requires a lot of materials. I know this surprised me, so I wanted to read off just a few of them. Nearly 15,000 cubic yards of gravel for stone column ground improvements. That's about 1,440 truckloads. So all those trucks you saw coming in out here, that's what that was. 8,500 tons of asphalt, paving over 10,000 tons of crushed rock. I know the council members and we got to kind of come out and tour this as it was going up, and you saw some of those different phases, but those are some amazing things. More than 3,500 plants and trees for both aesthetics and storm drainage improvements, and more than 3 miles of pavement markings, and 23 new ADA ramps. So those are just some of the elements of what is a truly fantastic and transformational project. Other improvements include attractive street lighting and traffic signal upgrades, landscaping, shared use pedestrian and bicycle path that will open in about 2 weeks after we have some more efficient guardrails and different things that'll come up. And the opening of this new arterial roadway today is a real milestone that marks, as Kevin alluded to, a long-term vision for the transportation infrastructure of this city. And you might ask what larger projects this will help connect to. And the city has invested $22 million over several years to plan and build this new roadway for, among other things, to accommodate the connection to the new I-5 529 interchange that is coming, planned to be built and completed by the end of 2023. So this is all interconnected to get that traffic from the east, not just in Marysville, by the way, but Granite Falls, Lake Stevens, Arlington, wherever they come, coming down here and getting on and off of that new interchange, as well as the many thousands of Marysville residents that will use it every day in our growing East Side Foothills and Sunnyside area. So it's a critical project to traffic movement and efficiency within our city and connecting to I-5. So it also, I think, is important to note that with exit 199, this will help avoid what would have been off that new interchange, kind of a congestion of everything at State and 4th. So now this new interchange will operate separately, kind of from the exit 199, the 4th Street interchange, and provide a way to diversify those traffic movements, and also provide a way here for a way in and out of the city around the railroad tracks, which we don't have. There's a lot of people to thank. I can't thank each and every one of you individually, but we'll try and hit some highlights. I want to first of all thank our contractor. If you could raise your hand, Scarcella Brothers and their excellent team. Please join me in thanking Rick Scarcella, Mario Scarcella, Sherry Peter, and Derek Edens for joining us here today. I believe all 4 of you are here. Thank you. Thank you to our design engineer, WSP Williams Sale Partnership, and their project manager, if you'd raise your hand, Ross French. Thank you, Ross. Thank you to our community development and public works staff who have helped plan and manage this project over many, many years. It's difficult to name everyone, like I said, who had a role, so I'll call out just a few, and if you would raise your hands as I call your name out. Public Works Director Kevin Nielsen, City Engineer Jeff Laycock, Project Manager Steve Miller, and Inspector Rick Herzog. Thank you all for your work. I would ask all of you to pass that thanks from all of us on down to your teams, because I know it goes deeper than just those 4. Many city staff had a huge hand in this, and I want to thank all of them for that. Other major projects like this are only successful with the able guidance and work of our finance and our legal departments, who played a heavy role in this. Thank you to finance and legal, and also to our Chief Administrative Officer, Gloria Hiroshima, who helped spearhead and kind of keep everybody moving in the right direction on this project. And finally, these projects don't happen unless they're funded. And who has control of the funding and the purse strings is your legislative branch of government. And we have, I know we have 6 city council members here. I'm going to read all of our council's name off. If the council members would raise their hand as I read your name. A big thank you to Councilmember Steve Muller, Councilmember Mark James, Councilmember Michael Stevens, Councilmember Kelly Richards, Councilmember Donna Wright had a big hand in this too. She was a previous council member. And Councilmember Tom King, Councilmember Jeff Vaughn, and Council President Camille Norton. How about a big round of applause for our City Council? And thank you to their steadfast support of this project and for funding it. So now comes the fun of the ribbon cutting. I want to ask those council members if they would come up here with me to join me in the ribbon cutting. And also, Rick, if we could get you from Scarcella to come on up here. And I think Kevin and Jeff are going to come up and hold that.
Yeah, make sure you can cut it, man.
We'll put our masks on for the picture.
If we had gone full road, we could have distanced properly.
I didn't think so. Well,
We have our big scissors.
Oops, sorry.
It's right here.
This sketchy part of town.
Yeah, get all the council on. How about a countdown from 5? 5, 4,